Hi everybody. Um, my name is, my channel is CR Dimension. Um, I'm Daniel, Daniel Christian Rivera, my full name. And before I continue and go with this video, I'm just gonna pray real quick. So please allow me. Dear Lord, I humble myself. I truly do, and I ask you to give me patience. I ask you to take away any hatred I have for this certain person. For you said to hate someone is the same as to commit murder. I am a sinner. I know I'm not perfect, but I'm choosing to shed light and bring attention to a certain individual. And I know I haven't been of much of a Christian for, you woke me up only 2 years ago, and you know I'm not perfect, but Lord, you said that you should test the spirits, and just guide me, and I ask you to speak through me, for many will listen, and to guide and protect them, so they won't be deceived. I humbly ask in Jesus Christ's name. So yeah, I know that I'm I just had to do it. See, like, this is not the reason I decided, I felt the need to do that. It wasn't to put on an act, or it wasn't to just show or I'm a dedicated Christian. I'm this like, no. This is the first time I ever prayed in a video, but I just felt like the journey and the particular thing that I'm about to get into with everybody, I just feel like, we're praying. It just it invites, or it extends my openness to show that, like, that we're in it together, and you can join my prayer, and you can see, it's that it's not about me. Like, I'm nobody, but and I really care about the words I speak, because Lord did say that life and death are at the tongue, tip of your tongue. So I'm gonna get into it. I specifically made this channel about 2 months ago, just for to share some of my brief testimonies about my experience being targeted individual. The whole gang stalking phenomenon and all that. And the reason why I started it was because, I was really getting hurt by when I would see comments of videos and YouTube videos, and people making fun of the people that are the targets that are talking, and and there'll be comments, calling them like schizo, and like insult to them, or you crazy. But then there'll be comments of, girls, crying, saying like, please, like, help me. My family thinks I'm crazy. Like, I'm not crazy. Like, this is true. Like, I felt like my heart was broken every time that happened, and that's the reason why I started this channel. And then after a couple of videos, I wanted to I recorded other videos about like briefly about like a secret society, just the main definition of that. Some like briefly about the Vatican, some crime syndicates that are connected to the Vatican, and it wasn't to be part of because I was looking to be part of the truth movement or to join the truth movement and just to expose and blah blah blah. Like it was just that I just felt like I had to. I just wanted to record, just make a video about something totally different than targeting because being a targeted individual, a lot of our time spends our mind is just on that like every day. But then you'll see that I stopped recording and I haven't did any videos for a while because I've been because I saw that I I was being filled with envy, and I was beginning to be prideful because the moment when I follow a lot of channels, I follow Richie from Boston, I follow a Call for an Uprising, Round Saturnize, um, True Stream Media, many, and I watch Pastor Lawson. Um, Also, the young lady, Simona Rich. She's a newly Christian for about a year and a half, and coming from Hinduism, and she gave me courage, a lot of strength. Other targeted individuals like that real that real brew, that real brew. He's been helping a lot by targeting, and so well, I don't want to get to the thing, but for for those who don't know what targeting is, um, it basically to be a targeted individual. There's different theories, and what I truly believe at this moment, 100% without a doubt, that I believe it's 100% spiritual in nature. I believe it's demonic. I believe it's spiritual warfare. I honestly believe the whole tactics and by the enemy of using um, the whole theory on electronic weapons and and electronic harassment and like physical harm being done on the carnal in reality. I feel like that is a way to distract the person to really what's going on, as a diversion. I was at a point I did allow myself to open up to this idea, and the moment I did, wow, I can't tell you how much everything just changed. Like it felt like I had no chance. Like I felt like like a lab rat, like a fucking, excuse me. I felt like that. What can I use? Like, do I buy a laser gun or something from Star Wars? Like, what do I do? And it was really almost driving me crazy. And I thank the Lord for and people He sent my way that got me out of that mindset. And when I picked up the Bible and then when I just focused on the Word, it was that feeling of hopelessness, that feeling like I was in battle alone, that I was being tortured electronically, and because you feel pain, you know, we feel there's moments where we feel like a vibration in our lower back, and it starts hurting and stinging, and it's always at moments when certain things are happening, and we hear voices and like calling our name, and there's all kinds of things in public when it's totally strangers, when they speak on, like, you could be sitting on the bus and there could be someone behind me, and they could be two people having conversations, but they let it be known that that you hear it, and it's like they mock you. They say certain things that you think about like the night before, like, and it's something that is just not a coincidence. It's literally like they said, oh, like they'll mock you, like, oh, he thinks if he does this that it's gonna change anything, or yeah, I don't think he's gonna make it until he's 28, things like that. And it's like they'll smirk. But what I come down to is this: the reason why I'm telling you this, because I don't want to get off topic, because this video wasn't about the targeting. I just wanted to give you an introduction and brief, just bio intro of who I am, and why I didn't plan on using my YouTube channel to expose. I know there's many um, evil intentions of why people use that, whether it's to benefit their own channel, or it's just to bring someone else down, or to simply say attack them for in a sinister way, because they're just evil people. And in no way was I planning to do that. But you have to understand, being a targeted individual, every day I'm not gonna use the word hunted, but I'm constantly being provoked, I'm being followed, I'm being they're surrounding me every day, from morning to night. And if it's not people, it's helicopters. It's helicopters everywhere I go. It's people everywhere I go. It's unbelievable. Like, I don't really. That's why I know it's not physical, because the things that happen are not is not meant to be that way. See, I used to think that it was just all Satan, that it was the devil, that he was after me, and this was that I was just focused on that. I wasn't thinking about God having anything to do with this. But what I came to realize is that God, and to know that God is sovereign, meaning everything that happens is because of his doing, or he has allowed Satan and the evil ones to do this. And it's refining. At the end of the day, these are, I believe, targeted individuals are that are going through this, are going through tribulations. They're going through trials and tribulations, and the Lord did say, being, or Paul, I believe, did say, fear not, strange, that that I forgot the scripture exactly, but it said, the tribulations that are happening to you, fear not, it's strange, because the Lord chastened who he loved. And he really did. I prayed to the Lord, and he really did. He answered me. The Lord, he answered me. And when I was looking at a YouTube video, and there was a topic that I wanted to make a video about that night, and that very second I was gonna open my laptop, I saw a video of Richie from Boston, and he did a video on the subject I wanted to talk about. And I was like, damn. I wasn't like, in no way I was like mad or angry at Richie, but I saw myself feeling like immediately I had to do something to make it seem like I knew it all along, or I have to get on another subject that no one else talked about. And then I realized that I'm like, whoa, hold up, what am I doing? I was making it, I felt like I was being prideful. And at that moment, that very second, God told me, Daniel, humble thyself. And I heard it again, humble thyself. And I know that wasn't me. I'm not saying like I heard like in like the way you hear me, like that's not how I'm saying. It's just like, when it's the Holy Spirit or the Lord talking to you. And because if it's, when it's not you, because you're not telling yourself that. And when it's the enemy, because the enemy is just either putting you down or trying to change your direction. So when I heard humble thyself, I knew it was the Lord. And I almost wanted to cry, because I felt like, wow, vanity is something that we all are really killing ourselves with. And vanity, I know it's the Catholic Church that came up with the 7 deadliest sins, but uh, regardless, I do agree with all of them. And clearly, e- every time I would read scriptures, they'll say vanity, 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 and how this world is being consumed by vanity. And
The Mick is back with a brand new season.
and yeah, so I just wanted to give a brief intro. And sorry about that. I had low memory on my phone, so I'm gonna upload this, and I'm gonna do what I was gonna do. My whole point. All right, guys. I'll see you in a few minutes.